Assets is a repository of data that can be accessed by robots. Imagine you have a bunch of robots with common functionality. According to their processes, they need to authorize on a website. If a developer has specified login and password as a constant variables in process, and the password is changed, the robot will not be able to authorize and perform its task. A developer will have to update the data in all affected processes and redeploy them. However, if you specify in a process to refer to an asset in Orchestrator, robots will always have up-to-date credentials. Credentials are stored and transferred in an encrypted form and are easy to update. If you fill in the password expiration field in asset with credential type, when this date expires, the asset will be highlighted in red. This will help you remember to update it. But assets can also be text type. For example, you can store some settings in it. Therefore, to change a process parameter, you don't need to edit a process, but only an asset. Assets can also be a calendar type, which contains a list of dates. Such assets are used in triggers to set trigger conditions, and also in processes using some blocks from the date and time palette in Sherpa Designer. Let's go there and see what we can do with each type of asset. Let's start by getting credential asset from Orchestrator using a block from the Orchestrator palette. The only mandatory field is the GUID of asset, which you can copy from Orchestrator. Username and password will be written in two variables. Let's display them in a dialog box. As we can see, the credentials have been successfully obtained and we can use them. The only problem is security. In Orchestrator, passwords are stored in an encrypted form and transferred too. But here we can see that the password is stored in a variable of text type. To maintain the security level, an RP developer should explicitly declare a variable with a secure string type and write passwords only to variables of this type. Let's see what's changed. The password is displayed as an object in which it is stored in an encrypted form. But if we call this variable in a blocks responsible for filling out the fields, the password will be entered in decrypted form. If you still need to use the password in a form of text, you can use the fromSecure function. With text type assets, use getTextAsset block, specify GUID, and get the value into variable. Besides getting assets of these types, the robot can change their contents in Orchestrator. For this purpose, use setCredentialsAsset and setTextAsset blocks. And the last type of assets, calendar, can be obtained using the getCalendar block. It will be saved as an object that you can work with using some of the date and time palette blocks. For example, getNextWorkday.